Wow, ladies and gentlemen, look at what we got here. Merry late Christmas to all of you. Welcome back to Emerald City Sports the podcast, episode 23, I believe, because it was on me. I messed up all the episodes because I forgot to list one of the
It wasn't
episodes.
your
So
fault. It wasn't your
we
fault.
we had to we had to switch it all up. So that was great. So welcome back to Emerald City Sports the podcast. We're gonna go through a ton of stuff today. Obviously, with the Seahawks, the Kraken. Jacob's got something really cool he's got to talk about with cards, and then we'll go a little bit around the NFL. So let's start it off with the Seahawks. They're in some hot water now, as they are now 7-8 after taking an L to the 12-3 Kansas City Chiefs, 24-10. Now, I mean, we weren't surprised that we were gonna lose, but it was just the way they played that made it really disappointing. Jacob, what are your thoughts on this game, especially from Geno Smith?
Just not enough scoring. Their offensive production is horrible right now. And I have to blame the offensive line for that. I think the only really offensive lineman that's been doing decent in like the last few games was Abraham Lucas. And just they're all just giving up so many, like way too much pressure. Every time Gino gets the ball, he has not even a second to think on where he's gonna throw it before these 290-pound dudes come flying at him. Like he has no help on the offensive line, and I think the Seahawks should draft only defensive and offensive line for this draft.
Okay, that's a hot take, Jacob. And you mentioned Abraham Lucas being practically the only O-line help that Geno Smith was getting. And the worst part was that he got injured this game. And so, I mean, that just makes it even worse for Geno. Josh, now the running game was pretty good. Kenneth Walker with over 100 yards, but Geno Smith just didn't seem to click in the passing game. And this really hurt even more the fact that Tyler Lockett wasn't there. What does this offense need to do to get back on track, especially with Tyler Lockett gone?
I don't think there's anything you can really do with what is it, 2 weeks left in the season? Like there's no drastic thing. There's no like just sudden move. Like strategy, yes, you could try to do that, but it's just like so late in the season. It's kind of hard to get into the wide receivers. I don't think it's entirely Tyler Lockett's fault, though I do agree with Jacob. I feel like offensive line has screwed up our offense.
And on the defensive side, I mean, not bad considering the fact that they were playing the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they didn't really like give up anything super big. Tariq Woolen made a great pass breakup. So I mean, is this defense moving in the right direction? Josh, what do you think?
I think it is. Like if I didn't look at the score, I thought like the defense did phenomenal. Like they constantly like gave the Chiefs so many three and outs, gave our offense so many chances that we just couldn't convert. Like I don't think there's any blame you can put on the defense at this game. Just the offense couldn't do anything until they decide, oh, let's just try to score a touchdown at the end of the game.
And Jacob, what do you think about this defense?
For this defense, I think they're gonna be great. They just need to get some defensive linemen because and edge rushers because they have no pressure whatsoever. They're giving the quarterback way too much time to throw in the pocket, and that does not help our DBs. And our DBs are great, and it's making them look bad because of just how easy it is for the quarterback to throw the ball. But I'm really just hoping for some linemen in the draft, D line and edge rushers. I hope we get Will Anderson because he's phenomenal. And if they end up getting him, then our defense is gonna take a huge step up in just their play in general.
Yeah, fingers crossed that we can get Anderson because with the way our top five draft pick is looking, that could be a really good high chance that we could pull off drafting Will Anderson. Now we're looking forward to the next final two games. These two games are games that the Hawks clearly need to win out. Starting off with the Mike White led 7-8 New York Jets coming to Seattle. So, I mean, this is a game that the Seahawks on paper should win. I mean, it's Mike White. No matter how many people are like, oh, Mike White is so good. Oh, Mike White is the best. Mike White, there's a reason he's a backup, okay? So, I mean, they were
Hey,
on.
Martin, You could say the same thing for Geno Smith being a career backup.
Okay,
So
I mean, I guess you could, I had a feeling when you guys were gonna bring that up, but the difference is that like Mike White is like a one and done. Geno Smith has been playing consistently well this entire year up until the last couple games. So I mean, I would say Geno Smith is better than Mike White, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And I mean, the New York Jets, they started off pretty darn hot, and then they, just like the Seahawks, have started a rocky slide downhill as they both teams are 7-8. But the Seahawks, on paper, they should win this one. I mean, the Jets defense is okay. The offense is something that the Seahawks, with the way their defense played last week, they should be able to handle. And I mean, if the offense just can't move the ball, man, that's going to be really rough, and the Seahawks will most likely not make it to the playoffs. So, Jacob, what are your keys to beating the Jets?
Beating the Jets, first thing you have to do is get the ball in Kenneth Walker's hands. And the reason you do that is to take pressure off of Geno. Right when you keep doing that, force the Jets to make a run stop defense. And right when they hit that run stop defense, start feeding the receivers, because there's no way stopping this wide receiver trio. I think a top 3 receiver trio in the NFL. So not gonna really stop that if they're focused on the run.
It's funny how fast you flipped up, because a few weeks ago you said Kenneth Walker should have been a backup, and now you're saying give the ball to Kenneth Walker, Jacob.
Yeah, to take pressure off of Geno. I don't expect Kenneth Walker to do anything that good when he gets the ball, though.
I'm just saying. I think you kind of flipped up there, Jacob. No, it's
if they
good.
if they just give the ball to Kenneth Walker, that's just gonna make the Jets. Oh yeah, they're just gonna run the ball a lot. Geno Smith kind of on a cold streak, but right when they are like, oh yeah, they're just gonna run the ball, boom, flip it to Geno, let him just throw the ball. Because the Seahawks, I think, had the same mindset as me of thinking Kenneth Walker's not really that good, if you can see from the last few games.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean there.
He's been getting only like 10 carries a game, but now I think if they give him the ball more, that brings off the pressure from Geno, and they don't have to force it in the air. Just saying.
Got a good point there, Jacob. I mean, Kenneth had over 100 yards last game, so why not feed him again? I mean, it's the Jets. And Josh, that defense, I mean, they're starting to step up, and I mean, they're playing Mike White this week. Personally, I think we would all have preferred to play against Zach Wilson. But I mean, what does this defense have to do to stop and most likely, hopefully, neutralize that Jets offense?
I think it's just gonna be all coming down to Mike White. I feel like we can really compare it to Brock Purdy, just these two quarterbacks just coming out of nowhere and being explosive, uh, getting big yards, being able just to outbeat like whoever's on the field. And that's what the Seahawks need to do. They need to contain just get those short, like you can't give up the long ball or else that's really going to cost you, and it screws up the momentum not only for the defense but also for the offense.
That's a great take, Josh. And I mean, I think something that a lot of fans are looking forward to is the cornerback matchup, which is Tariq Woolen versus Sauce Gardner. So I mean, everyone's probably wondering, oh, I mean, this could honestly be the defensive rookie of the year championship right here, to see who can lock it down more. But I think Sauce Gardner obviously is going to have a tougher challenge because he's going to line up with DK Metcalf. And I just really hope DK Metcalf destroys that guy, because Tariq Woolen is better, okay? Come on, Tariq Woolen is better. I think everyone should know that. The only people who don't know that are casuals and Jets fans, okay? Sauce is only liked because of his name, okay? Sauce, yeah, cool nickname. I love that. But I mean,
way more publicity.
Way more publicity. But Tariq the Freak, I mean, for a guy who's in the 5th round, man, we got a steal from that guy. And I mean, he's going to pull it off, and I believe he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year at the end of the year. And man, do I hope that DK Metcalf just absolutely cooks Sauce Gardner. So, yeah. I mean, anything you guys else want to add from that? Especially
I want to
matchup?
Okay, Jacob, you can go first.
Okay, the thing is, this is for Josh. Do not compare Mike White to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is better than Mike White.
Oh, boy.
Brock Purdy has not had a single bad game this season. He's been balling out. Mike White is so on and off. Mike White is what was his name? Matt Flynn. Do you guys remember Matt Flynn?
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike White is Matt Flynn, and Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy, the next upcoming, I think, top quarterback. He's playing so good, especially being okay. He was the last pick in the draft. That's crazy. And
But I mean, Brock Purdy, he has a
doing
lot of
crazy
weapons.
flashes.
He's got a lot of
Yeah.
weapons to work with. I mean, he's got McCaffrey, he's got Kittle, he had Debo Samuel, still has Ayuk and all those guys. But I mean, Mike White, I mean, sure, he's got some good weapons, but
The Jets are still pretty good. He
but
has a
compared
very
but compared to Brock Purdy, no. Brock Purdy has way more. That's probably why he would be considered better. But I mean, Mike White
Yeah.
is like the definition of inconsistency. The guy like throws for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns one game, and then the next game throws 4 interceptions. Like you can't even tell. That's why no one picks him up in fantasy. Josh, what do you want to add? Oh my God,
Well,
my grammar is so bad.
I feel like Mike White is gonna. I predict Mike White is probably gonna have some trying to blow up game against the Seahawks, especially with our luck against backup quarterbacks. Like I feel like these past few years we just been terrible against backup quarterback. But also on the side note, I want to see like Tariq Woolen lining up against Sauce Gardner. Like one of the two get in the offense. And let's
Trick play.
go. Just
Hey,
settle it. Trick
jet
play.
sweep to Tariq
Trick play.
Woolen. Jet sweep to
Yeah,
Tariq Woolen.
exactly.
I would honestly pay money to see that. That'd be pretty funny.
He gets the interceptions. Why not just throw up the ball that he knows where it's going?
Actually, no, they should like have him in like an Oklahoma drill, like before the game starts while they're doing pregame warmups just to see. I mean, we all know Tariq's gonna win that one. He's taller and he's faster, and he's bigger. So I mean, I think Tariq would win that one. Come on, that's why they call him Tariq the Freak. So yeah, I mean, Tariq Woolen should be better than Sauce. I don't know why people are still arguing over who's better. Come on. Like, I mean, we may be biased because we're all from the Northwest, but come on, just stats wise, Tariq Woolen's got it all. So, I mean, Josh, let's move on. The Kraken, they're in the Pacific Division. How have they been doing these last few weeks?
Well, last few weeks, I mean, it's just okay. We've been on kind of a slide, but this week, not bad. Like not bad. 2 games, 3 points, dominated win against the Blues, and then this real just heartbreaking game last Thursday against the up north Vancouver Canucks, a 6-5 loss, not in overtime, but in a shootout. We went all the way the entire max, and we just couldn't do it. 2 periods in, we were up 4-2. We had really good defense, like really shut down defense. Like even at the end of the game, we still had a better defense in this Canucks game than our shutdown against the Blues on Tuesday. But just the third period, we let in 3 goals. We let in 1 with a minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Just last second push by Vancouver, and it would just blow it.
That's tough, man. I mean, the Kraken do have a tendency of choking games, but who have you seen so far stand out?
Daniel Sprong has taken like a really big step up, coming from like I haven't even heard of his name to now scoring a bunch of goals for the Kraken. That's really it.
And who do you think needs to improve? Because I mean, there's a reason why the Kraken are choking these games.
I don't really have exact names like for the defense because it's kind of hard to see, especially with me kind of like it's kind of getting into this really quickly, but just the entire defense just really needs to step up. That's really why we've been losing games. Not just the goalie, but I feel like the defense as well.
All right. Thanks for the Kraken update, Josh. I mean, hopefully they can improve because I mean they are already much better than they were last year. Hopefully they can
Yeah.
keep that up and make it to the playoffs because that would be pretty sweet. Now, Jacob, the Huskies this Thursday play the Texas Hook'em Horns in the Alamo Bowl in what is technically considered an away game for us, even though we're the designated home team. Now this is a big game. I mean, Texas is ranked 21. They're pretty good. Who stands out to you in this Washington team, and who do you think the Texas Longhorns need to watch out for?
All right. Yeah, I mean the elephant in the room, the passing leader in all of NCAA football. I think that guy is definitely someone Texas needs to look out for. Michael Penix Jr., who I think is going to do great things, and just all the receivers, McMillan, Adunze, all both great. Polk, all great receivers. And on defense, the Texas needs to really look out for the two big boys up front, the edge rushers, or D-line edge rushers, ZTF and Braylon Trice. Those are two great guys that we have who are going to be top picks, I think, upcoming. Huskies need to look out for pretty much just one player in general, and that is Bijan Robinson. This is going to be a shootout game. We're going to get killed by Bijan. We still might win, but our defense is going to get killed by Bijan. He is putting up minimum 90 plus yards rushing. We're not stopping this guy. So the offense just needs to crank the gas, or put their foot on the gas, crank the gears, and just go all out, because it's going to be a shootout for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that offense just really needs to step up. This is going to be a big game. Cultural games are usually shootouts, and I mean, with Bijan Robinson in that backfield, man, it's going to be a long day for the Huskies defense, but if the Huskies offense can keep up, we'll pull out with the win, I believe. Somebody I want to see have a great game is our guy who we all met at sports broadcasting camp, Jalen Polk. I mean, he's coming back to Texas. This is a big thing for him. Obviously, I mean, he went to Texas Tech at one point, then transferred over here to Washington. And I mean, coming back to Texas, this feels like it should probably be personal for him. And I feel like he's going to have a big game. He's going to pop off. Don't forget about Udunze and McMillan, though. They're also going to do great. I mean, Penix has just so many weapons to throw to. And I mean, as much as Josh will hate it, the Huskies are coming out with a win, all right? So, I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. So let's get some score predictions in here for the Alamo Bowl. Josh, as much as you hate it, who do you think is gonna win?
Okay. Let's be realistic. From what I've seen in person, on TV, as you guys done whatever you've done to my favorite team, I think you guys have too many weapons. I think that's what's gonna overpower Texas, and that's why I feel like is gonna give you this win in this shootout.
Move your hair up, Jacob. Move your hair up, Jacob. Move your hair up, man. This guy.
Screenshot that. I just think it's gonna be just a tough loss for Texas. Score prediction. I don't know. 35-30.
Okay, that's a pretty nice score prediction. Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
who do you think is gonna win?
Who do you think I think is gonna win?
Texas.
DAWGS all the
All
way,
right.
man.
DAWGS all the way. I think it's gonna be a very similar to the Wazoo game, where it's a shootout until the very end and Texas crumbles. I think the score is gonna be, let's see, 45-33. I think that'd be a
Wow.
pretty
That's pretty
score.
high scoring.
I think Bijan is gonna rush for like 180 yards though.
Honestly, I won't be surprised if he passes 200 with the way he's been going this year. So, yeah, we'll see.
I got
I mean-
Penix thrown for like 400.
Yeah, I mean, that would
a
be
great game.
It would be a great game. It'd be really entertaining. For me, I mean, as much as I want to see, as my cross country coach likes to say, DAWGS out. I want them to go out there. I want them to just destroy Texas, but that's probably not going to be the case. Like you guys said, it's probably going to be a shootout. So I'm going to say 42-35. It's going to be a high scoring one, and it will just be a great game for all of us to watch, especially since we've got high powered stars on offense just going at it. So that'll be great. Alamo Bowl Thursday at 6 p.m. Go Dogs. So let's go around the NFL. I mean, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it was pretty nice to see. Tom Brady, as usual, led a game-winning drive as he always does. I mean, people are saying it's rigged. I mean, there's like it just happens all the time. Tua went a concussion protocol because he got hit pretty hard again, and it ended with him throwing some really dumb interceptions. The Vikings, man, like, I mean, they beat the Giants 27-24, but like, part of me feels like they might be frauds just for keeping it close against teams that really shouldn't be that great. I mean, look, the Giants are 8-6-1, but are they really what their record says they are? I mean, they're not exactly the best team. So, I mean, do you guys think the Vikings are frauds, Josh?
Like, I feel like we've been saying this all season. There hasn't been a game the Vikings like have defined themselves really. Well, I mean, you can call the Colts game, but like, yeah, there's some ifs and that, but I mean, they've just kept it up for so long, like kept this like nickname of being frauds, and now they're like, the what? They're still the second seed, and I still think they're favored against whoever's popping in that 7 spot.
And Jacob, what about you? Are the Vikings frauds?
Uh, I don't think the Vikings are frauds. I think Kirk Cousins is a fraud. Just because he's been almost choking all these games away. And that loss to Dallas was so bad. That's earlier in the season. Momentum has changed. Sure, they're keeping it close with not Vikings, the Giants. But then again, that's the exact same thing that Philadelphia is doing, keeping it close with teams that aren't as good. So if you're going to call the Vikings frauds, then you also have to call the Eagles frauds, which I don't think either team are frauds.
Okay.
I don't think either team are frauds. And I think, okay, this is another hot take, and this is one people are going to get mad at me about. But the thing is, you're not going to see if I'm right or wrong until like 10 years later about this take.
All right.
I think by the end of his career, Justin Jefferson will go down as the greatest receiver of all time.
No.
I don't think no. Well, okay, keep going. We will rebuttal.
Okay, he has way better numbers than Randy Moss in his first few seasons. Same with Jerry Rice. He is already broken the most yards as a Viking in a season. Most receiving yards as a Viking in a season. And he also did in his rookie season break the rookie receiving yards record. I think he's just in the right era. I mean, if he was in the same era as Jerry Rice or Randy Moss, I think it would be a little bit different. But as of right now, like with the way like football is, I think he's going to go down as the greatest receiver of all time, number wise, as a player wise. He bails out Kirk Cousins like every single play. So
that is possible.
I think he might go down as the greatest receiver of all time.
Okay. I mean, for me, I feel like Jerry Rice is gonna be the greatest of all time for a very long time. I mean, Justin Jefferson's up there. I mean, I'll admit, I mean, he's been great. He's been great these past few years, but I think it feels like it depends on the QB. I mean, like you said, Kirk Cousins is pretty inconsistent. You think he's a fraud, and you think that Jay Jettis needs to bail him out all the time. And I mean, the difference between like Justin Jefferson and Jerry Rice is that Jerry Rice had 2 Hall of Fame QBs throwing to him. He had Steve Young, he had Joe Montana. And I mean, that's what made him really good. But with Justin Jefferson, I mean, if he's going to have Kirk Cousins for a long time and Kirk Cousins is going to stay inconsistent like this, Justin Jefferson's not going to make it up to Jerry Rice level. But that's just my take. Josh, do you agree with Jacob or disagree?
Yeah, I disagree with Jacob as well. Yeah. Just like this QB, this weird thing that he's going to stay with the Vikings as well for how long? I don't really know. But I feel it as well. If he moves, like I feel the NFL has expanded, yes, to more passing, but also to the fact that there's a lot more schemes than there was back in the day. So it's been really hard for a lot of players, especially wide receivers as well, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, to really adjust and get back to the star that they were with their previous team.
So I mean, we'll see what happens when Justin Jefferson retires. We'll see his stats. Hopefully, this podcast still goes by then. But I mean, we'll see by then. We'll keep this take in the archive and see if Jacob was right or if Josh and I ended up being correct. So I mean, yeah, the NFL is great, but I mean, we gotta end around the NFL with the Denver Broncos, who on Christmas Day basically got coal for Christmas because they lost 51-14 to the now 5-10 Los Angeles Rams. I mean, these two had nothing to play for. Los Angeles really could have just like gave up, but they dropped a 50 plus one on the Denver Broncos, and nothing makes most Seahawks fans happier than to see Russell Wilson struggling so bad that Patrick Starr, a fictional character, roasted Russell Wilson live on Nickelodeon. Like that's just sad. Like if you get roasted by a fictional character, that's just really sad. And Patrick Starr had every right to do that because Russell Wilson went 15 for 27, 214 yards, a garbage time touchdown, and 3 interceptions. And one of those interceptions was to Bobby Wagner. And that just makes it even more sweeter for Seahawks fans, okay? Because Russell Wilson pushed his way out of Seattle. Bobby Wagner, okay, we can blame the Seahawks management there because we all love Bobby. And we love seeing Bobby get a pick on the guy who, okay, Seattle fans did turn on him pretty fast. But, I mean, we had a reason to. He pushed his way out of there. That was really nice. I mean, Jacob, how much do you love seeing this Broncos team suffer, man?
I love it, not just because I get to see Russell Wilson do horrible. We get that draft pick, and if they keep losing like that, we'll end up with the number 2 draft pick, which that would mean we would probably get Will Anderson Jr. And that's the only player in this draft that I'm set on wanting. He's great. I don't know if someone said this. They said in the Nick Saban era of Alabama, he's the greatest defensive player to ever play in that Nick Saban Alabama era.
And Josh, oh wait, keep going, Jacob.
Yeah, and there's other great players in that era. Pat Surtain. I know there's many more. I just can't think of them right now. Or many great Alabama defensive players. And if he's supposedly the best, we definitely want him. And I think we'll get him at 2 because the first pick, the Texans will most likely take a quarterback, I'm guessing, but who knows? Who knows?
And I mean, Josh, it must be as sweet for you as it is for almost every Seattle Seahawks fan. What do you think about the Broncos?
Fun game, fun on Nickelodeon. Broncos just I'm just like happy. I'm just so happy. Like we get actually the number 3 draft pick right now, Jacob, because we need a Bears loss to move up to number 2.
I'm just saying if they keep losing like this, then
Yeah,
they
there's a
still need the Bears to
possibility.
win though. Yeah, true. But just total mayhem. I love it. Though, yes, I'm sad that Nathaniel Hackett got fired.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that just hopefully Russell doesn't turn around that fast. But I mean, if you were wondering, like, oh wait, Russell got roasted by a fictional character, let me see if you can hear this really quick. That's not what he wanted to cook. Do you guys hear that?
Yes, I did.
That's not what he wanted to cook. How do you get roasted by a fictional character, and not even just any fictional character? It's a SpongeBob character. Like that stuff.
Patrick Star.
Little kids watch that stuff, and the worst part is his voice sounds like a dumb guy. And you let yourself get roasted like that. That's just something you cannot recover from, and that just hurts. I mean, like if I were to get roasted by Patrick Star, I just cry. I just cry. I mean, Nickelodeon stuff. That Nickelodeon stuff is pretty funny. I mean, like they had to help the Broncos by taking one of those machines
Baker
and
Mayfield
taking Baker Mayfield
out
out of the stadium. That's how sad it went. I mean, and the Rams were even having fun with it. Like, I mean, the Rams are out of playoff contention now. We don't need to worry about them. But I mean, they put sad face filters on the Broncos fans. Like it was just, man, the Broncos are just really going through it right now. They
I mean,
they basically got cold for Christmas. Go ahead, Jacob.
I mean, like the Rams, I don't think they have their first round pick. Do they have their? I don't think they have their first round pick. They
gave it to the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions.
The Lions are also enjoying it because
Rams
they
having
also
a
get a high
first round pick. Like really, is that a thing now? Never.
As like if I were the Rams, I would do the exact same thing. Just go out there, just win, just for the fans, have fun, and that's what they did, and absolutely murdered the Broncos. As a Broncos fan, I would be so devastated. One, we don't have our first round pick. Two, you just got blown out, even though you want to win, just because why not?
Morale,
I guess. Yeah. And they still suck that bad, even though they're trying to just win, because why not? Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. And on Christmas too. That is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Losing
want
on Nickelodeon on Christmas, 51-14, and the MVP ended up being Baker Mayfield.
That was the worst part. That was the worst part of the Nickelodeon game.
It should have been Cam
Russell
Akers.
Russell Wilson should have gotten MVP. He deserved it. That's what the tradition has been for these last 3 years. Give the MVP, because you can vote for the MVP award live. Give the MVP to the losing team and their worst player and such. And we couldn't make Nickelodeon didn't let us. They were just like we couldn't vote for Russ.
It's not, what do you call it? The MVP Nickelodeon.
It should have been. It was called like not valuable player. Yeah, Russell was
Nickelodeon.
He'd go through the interview, be like, yeah, and I just gotta thank my teammates for not blocking for me. Gotta thank the defensive backs for catching my interceptions. And Broncos country, let's ride. Yeah, he definitely do that. They should have actually given out to him. It would have been just pure comedy. I mean,
I don't know if you guys saw, but after the game, he had an interview and he said Broncos country, let's ride. How are you gonna say that after you just lost 51-14?
That guy has some nerves, man. That guy just can't read the room though. So I mean, we just love seeing the Broncos suffer. It is what it is for them. They can deal with it because they're the ones that wanted Russell Wilson anyway. Well, actually, they wanted Aaron Rodgers, but then Russell Wilson they thought was a good consolation prize. So there you have it. Now, Jacob, we got 5 minutes left. I mean, you got some amazing card stuff to tell us. What you got, man?
All right. Christmas, I got a lot of sports cards. And one of the boxes I got was a Select H2, which is a pretty high-end box up there. And want to show you guys what I got. Let me see here. You can see. Let me turn off that blur real quick. There. I'm opening Select. There's a Curry. I pulled a 1 of 10 gold Giannis Antetokounmpo card, which the thing is, I was like, oh, I want to see how much this goes for. You can't find how much it goes for because that's the first one I think that's been opened.
Wow. Jacob has just done something crazy.
I
He
don't
the
think
first person
there's
to
no
uphold
one
it.
else. No one else has ever got this card yet. And yeah, one of 10,
Applause.
10 cards in the world. I guess you could
Positive.
say it's a pop one because that's the only one that's been found so far. I cannot find the price for it, but there was the one the year before, which was out of 10. It's the exact same card except different picture because it was a different year. That one on eBay hasn't been sold yet, but it says it is going for, well, you can't really see it, but $1,500.
Wow.
Damn. Wow.
So
For that one card. I mean,
probably my best card that I have.
let's say you were to sell it, Jacob. How much would you put it at? Like just the starting price.
Starting price, well, I don't think I would sell it on eBay. I don't think I could make enough money from that, like off of bids. And I don't want to have it be a buy now. I would go to like maybe a card shop, see how much I could sell it for. Lowest I'd do, maybe like 850, I would think.
Damn,
Probably
that's
lowest.
that's some good money right there.
850. Highest, or not highest, but what I think I'd actually get is around like maybe 1,000. Maybe 1,000.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till Giannis does something good because right now it's not looking as great for him since he just got posterized by Jason Tatum.
Yep.
But when something big happens, if he wins a ring this year, wins MVP, something like that,
Or
then
you could wait till he retires and he
that's
goes
what
into the
people
Hall
have
of
been
Fame.
saying.
That
When
would
he
be pretty
becomes a
good.
Hall of
That'd be
Famer.
just be crazy money right there, Jacob. That you could
Mm-hmm.
just you could buy yourself a house if some guy is gonna be able to is gonna pay you like that much money. I mean, some of these cars are just worth a ton. That's just crazy, Jacob. I mean, okay. 2 minutes here. How about we talk about a little bit of Christmas stuff we got, okay? I'm sorry. I need to flex a little bit because
Wow.
I'm sorry, you
Taking
guys.
your time.
I'm
It's
sorry, you
okay, man.
guys.
It's
Okay,
okay.
okay. Look at
J-Rod.
this. Now, I don't know if you guys
J-Rod.
realize I got a mic here. No, you definitely should have realized, unless you were like listening
I
to
had
it
no
on
idea.
Spotify.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but I think the best part was this gift I got from my cousin. I already showed it with the guys earlier, but I need to flex it again. Come on. Julio freaking Rodriguez, man. Look at this. And it's like not even like a normal t-shirt. This is an actual jersey. And it's a little big for me. But I mean, the better Julio does, the more I'm gonna wear this. And I mean, if he flops this year, that would kind of suck. But I mean, I got it when he got rookie of the year. That'd be pretty cool. So I mean, that's nice. What did you guys get it? I mean, I heard Jacob got a mic.
Yeah, I sound a lot more clear, I think, what you guys say.
Yes,
Just a
sir.
little,
He's
just a
got a
little.
double mic.
Yeah, I have two of them because I thought my other one broke, but it was really just the cord that broke. So now I have two mics. Yeah, I got a Michael Penix Jr. jersey. It's
That
it's
is
in
lit,
shipping
bro.
right now.
Nice.
You know,
Hey,
that's my guy.
you gotta flex it after we win the Alamo Bowl, okay? Okay,
Oh yeah, for
we gotta
sure.
see it up on there. And
Oh.
Josh, you got a sweater and it wasn't exactly the college team you wanted. I mean, it was
Yeah, I got a Husky sweater, but I did get an early Christmas present. I did get a Kraken sweater, which was nice.
dang, nice.
Fit
That's
it with a
nice.
cap as
Hey,
well.
oh, that cap is pretty cool. Nice.
Yep.
All right, so that's gonna end episode 23. Thank you for listening. I mean, we're on TikTok now, aren't we?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir. So you can check us out on TikTok or anywhere you get your podcast. Subscribe if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube in that case. And we'll see you guys for episode 24. Merry late Christmas and happy holidays to the rest of you guys. Go Hawks. Go Seattle Sports.
Merry New
Teams.
Year's.